I was born top-tier genius of the Qilin clan, but my luck is straight trash since spawned right in the middle of the Great War of the Three Races. I watched my entire clan get absolutely decimated, Eli, those dragon and Phoenix frauds, until not a single soul was left. But did I step up to fight for our people? Nope. Instead, I pulled a pro-gamer move and dipped straight toward the desolate borderlands of the Great Desolation. Look, I transmigrated into this world as you wake fire Qilin, baby. With a current cultivation, jumping into that war would literally be courting death. Luckily, fire Qilins are born with innate flames that are low-key cracked. As long as I can lay low and grind in the shadows, I'll definitely become an absolute menace in this world. After wandering for a few years, our boy finally hit his growth spurt and reached adulthood. At the same time, I managed to reach the edge of the abyss in the Isa-0-0-0-0 Great Mountains. This place is the ultimate camping spot, and I can sense some earthfire down there, perfect for a cultivation grind. Suddenly, a mechanical voice rings out in my head. Congratulations, host. The God-level choice system has been successfully bound. The system is now dropping a new quest. Qilin ancestor is currently in life and death scrap with the ancestral dragon and the Yuan Phoenix, and he's getting cooked. Will you go and save him? Choice 1, accept the quest and learn the supreme cultivation manual of the Qilin clan, the Qilin 9 transformation secret art. Choice 2, decline the quest and receive the legacy of the primordial gods and demons, the Godfiend body refining art. Seeing the golden finger finally manifest, I didn't even hesitate to smash that decline button because no, the Qilin art is mid compared to the Godfiend body refining art. Besides, the big boss of the Qilin clan is about to get deleted anyway. Going there now would just be joining him in the afterlife. Skill issue. Once I locked in a choice, the Godfiend body refining art flooded straight into my brain. In just a single breath, the technique started auto-farming and it was hyped as hell. Right after that, I dived straight into the massive abyss. Down there, it was a literal sea of lava. Just as it was getting close to the magma, a menacing aura erupted from the bottom of the lake. You have entered the abyss. Detecting another life form this territory. Will you execute it? Choice 1, accept the quest, slaughter the Lava Giant clan, and seize control of the abyss. After succeeding, you can turn this abyss into your personal cultivation sanctuary. It'll even be able to block the divine senses of those pesky saints. It can even tank a full power strike from a pseudo-saint. Option 2, decline the mission and bag an howdy and spirit treasure, the Aya demon armor. Seeing that, I didn't hesitate and smashed that accept button immediately. At the same time, over Isa-0 lava giants suddenly spawned in the depths of the abyss. These creatures are super rare in the Great Desolation. Born from the earth fire within the lava, their bodies are basically sentient boulders brought to life. After eons of soaking up that sweet essence of the sun and moon, they finally gain sentience, but despite having some muscle, their cultivation is mid at best. The strongest one is only at the 8th stage of Heaven Immortal, while the rest are mostly early stage fodder. Some of these clones are even stuck at the Earth Immortal level. Even though just broke through to the 5th stage of Heaven Immortal, with Eloy Fire Qilin racial buffs, even if early cultivation is tier lower, I've got more than enough power to absolutely crush them. Plus, I've mastered the true solar fire. This stuff can literally melt anything in existence. Sure, these giants live in lava and can tank earth fire, but against and like true solar fire, their flames are basically flickering candles. I'm always about that action. I went straight for the finisher, blasting those lava giants with a face full of true solar fire. Under the heat of early true fire, they didn't even have time to react before being turned into straight-up ash. Once the trash was cleared out, I officially claimed this place as my crib. The system rewards dropped instantly. A mysterious power shrouded the abyss. Stealthy as hell with zero energy leaks. Isa-0 days later, the Great Desolation was still a total war zone. The Great War between the Qilin, Dragon, and Phoenix tribes showed no signs of stopping. Countless lives were getting deleted. And the ground was soaked in blood. It was a total massacre until one day the primordial Qilin finally fell. The ancestral dragon bit the dust, and the primordial phoenix was left bleeding out. With the three tribes losing their biggest heavy hitters, the Great Desolation finally started to chill out. But since I know the lore of this world, I know for a fact that now is definitely not the time to debut. There's still a ton of world-shattering events about to go down. The primordial Qilin is dead, and the Qilin clan is basically on life support. Are you willing to round up the survivors, lead the Qilin clan to reclaim their glory, and dominate the Great Desolation once again? Option 1. Accept the mission to receive the Qilin Spirit Treasure, the 5-feather 7-fire fan. Option 2. Decline and snag as Ancient Spirit Treasure, the off-ground Fury Light Flag, one of the legendary 5-directional flags. Seeing the quest pop up just shook in my head. Looks like the system and I are finally on the same wavelength. I hit decline and boom, the ground of flame flag is officially mine. This thing is a top-tier innate spiritual treasure with insane power. Not only can it shred demons and purge evil, making me immune to all spells, but it can also mess with yin-yang and flip the 5 elements on their head. If I can grab all 5 of these innate elemental flags and stack enough cultivation, then even if I leave this Abyss dojo, I'll actually have enough juice to keep myself safe. I immediately set up the ground of flame flag inside the Abyss dojo. One more treasure, one more layer of plot armor. Illoy cultivation has been skyrocketing lately, and while the chai around here might be trash, the earth fire makes up for it plus, with the true solar fire constantly refining me, Noa divine demon armor is very auto farm mode, and I've already hit the 9th stage of the Heaven Immortal realm. Just one step away from becoming a true immortal. But let's be real, in the Great Desolate, a true immortal is still just a low-level mob. Right now, the Great Desolate is crawling with golden immortals everywhere. Meanwhile, over at Heaven Demon Mountain in the west, as the Dragon Hand Cataclysm is nearing its endgame, the demon ancestor Luhu, who's been plotting for ages, flashes a straight-up devious smile. This guy was the shadow puppet master who baited the 3 clans into war, turning the Great Desolate into a total bloodbath. He's trying to reach godhood through pure slaughter. Using this catastrophe to level up, even the fall of the 3 clan leaders was his doing. Luhu's plan is to harvest billions of blood essences, and the world's pure resentment to ascend. And now that everything is set, just to play it safe, he's even unleashed the God-slaying sword array, holding the God-killer spear like an absolute boss. But just then, at the base of the mountain, an old man with that immortal sage drip appears. Demon Ancestor, your kill count is getting out of hand. Your little rebellion against Heaven ends today. The one pulling up, no matter how deep Luhu's schemes go, he's still up against Hangjun, the guy who literally cracked the code with the good fortune jade disc. When you're facing a pseudo-saint back Yila the heavenly Tao itself, there's only one way out, total annihilation. As the world-shattering showdown between Hangjun and the demon ancestor Luhu hits its climax, do leave the safety of the Abyss to jump into the fray. Option 1, take the mission to back Hangjun and earn some major favor points with the future big boss. Option 2, side with Luhu and claim the Labintatlo League-grade world-destroying Black Lotus. Now that's some top-tier loot. Option 3, decline the mission and score some god-tier spiritual roots, 20 fire spirit fruit trees, 15 peach each of immortality trees, and 5 ginseng fruit trees. I was minding in my own business in secluded cultivation when this system prompt almost made me jump out of my skin. I already knew this clash between Hangjun and the demon ancestor was bound to happen. This is the end game of the Dragon Hand era, the ultimate climax of the first catastrophe. The mission rewards are juicy, for sure, but with Eloy current cultivation, going there would literally be courting death. I smashed the third option instantly, and the rewards drop into my inventory right away. Suddenly, 20 fire spirit trees, 15 peach trees, and 5 ginseng trees manifested right inside the abyss. Every single branch was heavy with fruit. Honestly, I was actually hesitant for a second. There. At this point, I couldn't help but let out a massive wail of. This is exactly the cultivation fuel was starving for. I wasted no time and harvested every single spiritual fruit in sight. Time to get back on that secluded cultivation grind. Thanks to these god-tier roots, this barren abyss went from having mid-tier energy to being straight up overflowing with spiritual aura. I've got the feeling it won't be long before this place becomes a cultivation holy land on par with the legendary grottos. Plus, with these roots in my hands, I've basically got an infinite resource glitch. They just keep regenerating. Eons in the great desolate past Yila like nothing. And after refining endless resources, I finally hit the 5th stage of the true immortal realm. Just as a new mission notification popped up, I snapped my eyes open. The demon ancestor Luhu was about to get washed. Do I leave the abyss to Rirai and save him? Option 1, accept the mission to assist Luhu and gain his favor. Become the final successor of the demon path. Inherit a portion of the demon ancestor's legacy. Option 2, decline the mission and receive the divine ability of the primordial Qilin, myriad beasts, Lili suppressing roar. Taking one look at the rewards for this choice, I went straight for option number 2 without second thought. Instantly, the secrets of the primordial Qilin's myriad beasts, Lili suppressing roar were burned into my brain. In early memories, any powerhouse from the Qilin tribe who mastered this technique could literally roar the 9 heathen phoenixes into oblivion and straight up delete the dragon tribes of the 4 seas. This really is a crack clan defending divine ability with no equal. Who would thought I'd actually master this thing? Meanwhile, over at the distant western Heavenly Demon Mountain, I sensed a massive shift. Ancestor Luhu's 8 great generals have been completely wiped out. Even the big boss himself is heavily nerfed and can't carry the fight anymore. Before taking the ultimate Li, he chose to save his own skin and dip. With his cultivation level, even Hongzhen couldn't stop him from escaping. In an instant, countless immortal peaks and spirit veins in the west were turned to rubble. Millions of cultivators were deleted, and Hongzhen ended up tanking all the bad karma for the disaster. He and Luhu were like 2 sides of the same coin, one master of creation, the other a master of slaughter. A pure good versus evil beef that can only end in death. Only when one side gets completely folded can the other survivor finally achieve the Tao and become true god. With Luhu biting the dust, the great dragon hand catastrophe finally came to a close. The Qilin, Phoenix and Dragon clans, who used to run the show in the Great Desolate, have officially fallen off, and let's not forget the millions who died in the war. They absolutely despise the 3 clans now. That's how their numbers are thinning out. They beefed with the whole world and lost their top-tier protectors. Honestly, the situation for the 3 clans is looking cool. Back at the abyss of the Isangdan Libo Mountains, I'd been in secluded cultivation for years when Loy bloodline suddenly started acting up. This is a unique radar sense only the Qilin clan has. It's pinging me that another fire Qilin is nearby and literally spamming distress signal. A fellow fire Qilin is being hunted down. Will you step in and carry, or what? Choice 1, accept the quest and get one of the 5 directional flags, the central yellow apricot flag of the primordial realm. Choice 2, decline the quest and get some mid-tier soul-bearing claws. A distress signal and new quest popping up out of nowhere, say less, I'm eating good tonight. After locking in the quest, I secured another flag for Anoi collection. I immediately set up the central yellow apricot flag to beef up Anoi domain in the abyss. Right now, I'm just chilling on massive rock in the middle of some hellish lava. I expanded Noa Divine Sense and caught 3 bloody fire kilns running for their lives tatlong libo mi away. Behind them was a massive horde of wolf demons chasing them down like hungry mobs. The Qilin clan is truly down bad these days. So many of our kin are being hunted like fodder, Yila different sects, or even worse getting their bloodline refined just to boost some random's cultivation, or straight up get refined into magic treasures. Back when the Qilin clan was speaking, these wolf demons weren't even worthy of being our subordinates. And yet they actually had the audacity to hunt fire kilns now. Times really have changed, haven't they? I'm low-key catching feelings over how far we've fallen. So use a bloodline secret art to send telepathic message directly into the heads of the 3 Fire kilns. Head west and charge straight into the abyss. I'll make sure you guys don't end up as wolf fodder. Even though I took the mission, there's no way I'm leaving Loy Cozy Abyss. As long as these three make it to the perimeter, I've got enough hacks to keep them safe. When the three fire kilns feel that bloodline transmission, their faces completely change. They never imagined that after fleeing to us westland like the Isangdan Libo Great Mountains, they'd actually run into one of their own. They share a quick look and immediately hit the gas, flooring it toward Nlai Abyss. Among the wolf pack chasing them, more than a few have already reached the true immortal realm. And they're targeting our boys who are only at the heathen immortal realm. They figure if they can harvest that juicy kiln essence, they'll definitely become the chief's new favorite pets. After a frantic sprint, the three fire kilns finally crossed into the abyss. This is Nlai domain and I've already set up 2 of the 5 elemental primordial flags. Without Nlai Iipas, any weakling who steps foot here gets instantly deleted yila the pressure. Luckily, I'm the one pulling the strings. So the 3 fire kilns managed to enter the abyss without a scratch. But the wolves, the second they touched the zone, it was game over. Our boys are absolutely shook ila what just happened. While the remaining wolves are standing there traumatized, I decide to let out little flex and activate the Esa 0 beast's heathen suppressing roar. With just one angry roar, the rest of the fodder outside literally turns to dust. They vanish into thin air and the 3 fire kilns immediately drop to their knees. Even though they haven't even seen Lai face yet, they're completely terrified Eli and La Sigma energy. They bow down with ultimate respect. Fire kiln juniors. Greet the ancestor. Thank you for the carry, great old one. That roar just now is a divine ability that only the absolute units of our clan can master. Legend says this is the ultimate clan technique passed down Ila the Primordial. Qilin himself. Honestly, I doubt anyone left look, I'm not some legendary ancestor or anything. Back in the day, just got tired of all the constant smoke and killing. So, dip from the clan to find this quiet spot and grind and lie. Cultivation in peace. So what's the current state of the Qilin clan anyway? Our boy puts on serious face and asks like some grizzled veteran. Ancestor, our fire kiln lineage is straight up cooked. Barely is a 0% of us are even left. The other Qilin branches are also taking massive lara with casualties through the roof. For years, those thirsty demons from the primordial world have been eyeing our clan like snack. We're begging you, ancestor, save the Qilin clan from being wiped out. I hear you, but the literal heathens have already spoken. Just lay low here for a while and don't even think about stepping outside. It's a complete war zone out there, so staying here is the only way to keep our fire kiln bloodline pure and from going extinct. I already knew the Qilin clan was down bad, honestly. What goes up must come down. That's just the natural cycle of the great Tao. The later generations, pureblood kilns, basically became Irlane. Even when Taishi's mount during the investiture of the gods was just a black kiln. The bold demon king's ride in Journey to the West was the water-repelling golden crystal beast. Both were just mid-tier hybrids from the water kiln branch. While Guanyin Bodhisattva's mount, the golden-haired Hu, had a slightly better bloodline but was still just glorified Uber with 0 status. The Phoenix clan is basically history and the Dragon clan isn't doing much better since all their high-tier experts got clapped during the Great Calamity. The newer generations are stuck just guarding the 4 seas, playing weather god for the mortals. And if they mess up even a little bit, they get dragged to the heavenly court, ending up on the dragon execution stage. Man, all 3 legendary clans are seriously finished. Since I already know how the script plays out, I'm not going to interfere. Keeping a few pureblood kilns alive is already a massive wa that alone should be enough to farm some serious merit. Alright, I'm going back into my cultivation grind. Unless it's a literal emergency, don't even think about disturbing me. This the abyss, you can roam anywhere you want except for the molten lava zone. I've planted a bunch of high-tier spiritual roots here. Once they're ripe, you can use them to level up your cultivation. After giving them the rundown, I went back into Enlai. Deep cultivation grind. Countless years pass in the outside world, then the entire primordial world starts shaking like crazy. Heaven drops the buffs, spiritual springs burst from the earth, and an insane pressure sweeps across the entire great desolate. Countless beings are shook as purple chai rises, Dao music echoes, and the spiritual energy of the world starts surging like crazy. Originally, there were tons of feather-wearing egg-born creatures and birds flying around, all of them lacking any higher intelligence. But now, they've all been enlightened, learning the basics of breathing and cultivation techniques. I am Hongjun. Today, I've attained sainthood. Having mastered the good fortune jade plate, I shall spread the Tao on behalf of heaven. In 3,000 years, those with faith can come to the purple cloud palace beyond the 33 heavens to hear a sermon. This message echoed throughout the great desolate for 10 whole years. Deep in a secluded cultivation within the abyss, I slowly look up at the eye. So Hongjun finally became a saint. And because he reached sainthood, countless beings gained sentience and infinite merit started pouring into the eastern lands. This is the reward the heavenly Tao grants to those who contribute big time to the great desolate. These heavenly phenomena are honestly straight up shocking. Now that Hongjun is a saint, should I leave the abyss to go offer Noi congrats? Option 1, accept and get a piece of Wotong immortal wood. Option 2, reject the mission and bag 3 million merit points. Watching that merit rain down from that eye toward Hongjun's Taoist temple, I'll admit I'm a bit jealous. But as soon as that new mission popped up, I immediately smashed that 3 million merit button. With this much merit, I can speedrun Loa cultivation in no time without messing up Loa foundation. The moment claimed it, the massive wave of merit heading for Hongjun suddenly got cut in half. This actually made the great Tao ancestor Hongjun frown. Bro tried to calculate the costs but came up with nothing. Even as a saint, he's looking pretty confused right now. As for me, I didn't waste a second and started refining those 3 million merit points. The cultivation instantly broke through to the 4th stage of Profound Immortal. So I refined another 500,000 merit. After hitting the 9th stage of Profound Immortal, I dumped another million merit into the grind. I stepped into the 3rd stage of Tei Profound Immortal, and with is a million merit left, I kept refining without hesitation. UI. The time all 3 million merit points were spent, Noa cultivation had reached the 6th stage of Tei Profound Immortal. I'm literally just one step away from the golden immortal realm. After finishing the refinement, 3,000 years had passed in the blink of an eye. Hongjun is starting his sermon at the purple cloud palace beyond the 33 heavens. Should I leave the abyss to go listen? Option 1, accept the mission and get the Haoshan spirit treasure, the Golden Dragon Scissors. Option 2, reject the mission and receive a drop of primordial divine deer essence blood. Looking at these two options, even if I didn't know the exact hacks of the innate divine deer blood, it's clearly you. Massive flex compared to some mid-tier postnatal spirit treasure. I didn't even have to think. I locked in the second option and started refining that divine deer essence immediately. The raw power packed into this one drop was straight up illegal, way beyond my wildest imagination. While refining it, my cultivation hit the gas pedal, skipping the grind and blasting straight into the golden immortal realm. But wait, it gets better. I could literally feel Noe bloodline and foundation undergoing a complete evolution. In the world of Honghuang, every single being is born with a specific foundation. The Ogs at the top are the 3,000 Chaos gods, innate divine spirits with cracked stats. Born straight out of the Chaos. Heavy hitters like Demon Ancestor Luhao and Dao Ancestor Hongjun are in this elite tier. Right below them are the innate beings. These were the first life forms to ever spawn in the Great Desolation. After Pangu split the world open, these top-tier innate beings manifested from the leftover essence of Pangu's body. For example, the 3 pure ones, they're literally made from 3 parts of Pangu's soul. The 12 ancestral witches were birthed straight from Pangu's heart blood. The progenitor Qilin, the primordial phoenix, and the dragon ancestor, all of them were part of that first wave of innate beings born from Pangu's transformation. Blessed. With insane luck, the progenitor Qilin was nurtured right in the core of the Central Lands. Talk about legendary spawn point. The dragon ancestor was born in the deep sea, created from Pangu's own spine. The first phoenix was the same, boasting a foundation that was absolutely stacked. Then you have the postnatal beings. The later Qilins, phoenixes, and dragons might be postnatal beings, but they had those innate ancestors hard carrying them, allowing them to multiply and dominate the world right after the heavens were created. With unmatched luck from birth, during the early days of Honghuang, these three tribes were the absolute sovereigns of the land, even triggering the legendary dragon hand catastrophe. Everyone else? Just your average fodder. But after refining that innate divine deer blood, my foundation just hit a massive glow up, ascending to the innate being tier. Seeing Nilay's stats skyrocket like this, I was losing my mind with hype. From what I know, innate beings can breeze through to the Quasi-Saint realm without breaking a sweat. We're talking about peerless combat power here. In this world, if you want to speedrun to the top, you need a foundation that's deep as hell or you're just playing yourself. Otherwise, you could spend a million years grinding only to get as my cultivation levels up, my aura is becoming straight up monstrous. The three fire Qilins vibing in the abyss were completely shook Eli this energy and now they're looking at me with pure terror. Even back in their clan facing the top tier elders, they never felt a soul-crushing pressure like this. This is that prime bloodline suppression. They literally can't even move. I slowly dial back the aura leaking out. I'm low-key hyped, but I was so locked in during that breakthrough that didn't even notice I was scaring the life out of these three little runts. Not a problem though. Back to the grind. Another 3,000 years of VI farming later, and I've already hit the 9th stage of the Golden Immortal Realm. Not long after Hongjian's first lecture wrap-up, the second one is already scheduled to drop. Right on cue, the system pops up with a new quest. Hongjian is hosting his second lecture at the Zixiao Palace beyond the 33 heavens. Do I leave the abyss to go listen or what? Option 1, accept the quest and become an official registered disciple of the great Dao ancestor Hongjian. Option 2, decline the quest and bag yourself a single drop of Pangu's essence blood. Looking at that reward, even I couldn't help but lose my cool. Holy, I actually didn't expect to see Pangu's essence blood on the menu. If I refine this, my cultivation and foundation are going to hit whole new level of crack. Once I secured the goods, I went straight into refinement mode. After fully absorbing it, my foundation officially evolved into a top-tier innate life form and just like that, I've officially broken through to the 3rd stage of the Dalu Golden Immortal Realm. After bagging such insane loot from the last 2 lecture cycles, I'm low-key hyped for Hongjian's 3rd lecture, hoping I can snag some more treasures to buff early bloodline even further. Even if regular heavenly treasures don't do much for me anymore, I can always just feed them to my 3 fire Qilin subordinates. Anyway, Hongjian's 3rd lecture finally kicks off, but the system reward this time isn't bloodline related. It's one of the 5 innate directional flags, the Xuanyuan water control flag. After set this flag up in Lai Abyss domain, the dry scorching abyss instantly started gushing with spiritual springs. Talk about the perfect setup for Anwa spiritual plants to thrive. Over the years, this abyss has had a total glow-up thanks to the dozen or so spiritual roots I've been nurturing. Exotic flowers are blooming everywhere, and the 3 fire Qilins even carved out their own luxury caves in the cliffs. To stay locked in on Lai cultivation, I've been spamming flat peaches, ginseng fruits, and every other top-tier treasure can find. Their cultivation speed is absolutely cracked, hitting the mysterious immortal realm in record time. I even farmed 3 wisps of Earthfire essence from the abyss floor to buff their stats, since this Earthfire is basically mid-tier for me now. But for these 3 little rascals, it's a legendary loot drop. The natal flames inside their bodies, before they hit certain cultivation peak, are nowhere near the power of Earthfire. Refining this essence will skyrocket their power and massively boost their combat prowess. Mount Biju is glowing with divine light. Looks like a spiritual treasure just spawned. Do I leave the abyss to go loot it? Option 1, accept the quest and bag the innate spiritual treasure, the 99 soul. Scattering gourd. Option 2, reject the quest and obtain the Chao's divine fire palm technique. This sudden treasure quest definitely caught Nilai's attention. This is right when Hong Jun finishes his final sermon. That treasure spawning at Mount Biju has to be the legendary 7-colored gourd vine. One single vine popping out 7 innate spiritual treasures, each with god-tier abilities. This mine is a top-tier spirit root of the Great Desolation. The gourds must be ripe, waiting for someone with faith to claim them. That 99 soul scattering gourd is actually one of the fruits from that same 7-colored vine. Later, it falls into the hands of Hong Yun, the biggest nice guy in the Great Desolation. After Hong Yun grabs the loot and tries to dip, Kunpeng sets a trap leading to his tragic end. Hong Yun was way too naive, bro got deleted way too early. With his innate being foundations, being the very first red cloud to gain sentience in the Great Desolation, his cultivation was cracked. If he had survived, he'd be living his best life, totally free and easy. Not to mention his bestie is Zhen Yuanzi, the future ancestor of Earth Immortals, whose cultivation right now isn't even on Hong Yun's level. Thinking about this, a wild idea pops into my head. It won't be long before the demon race rises. Dong Huangtei and Demon Emperor Di Jun will rally the demons across the Great Desolation to build the demon heavenly court. Then they'll go head-to-head with the rising shaman race, triggering the Great Shaman Demon Tribulation. This tribulation is going to be absolutely massive. Every single demon is getting dragged into the mess. Even the remaining Qilin, phoenixes, and dragons who survived the Dragon Hand Cataclysm are going to get baited into showing their faces again, only to end up completely obliterated body and soul, losing any shred of hope to flip the script. I'm not about that ending. The Dragon Hand Cataclysm was the Qilin clan's doom. That fate is already sealed. But the Great Shaman Demon War, there's still a chance to dodge that bullet. As for the Qilin survivors left today, who knows how many are still out there. If I can round them up and bring them to this abyss to hide and cultivate, I can help more of our kind stay alive. The foundation of the Qilin clan is no joke. If I save enough of them, there'll definitely be some solid muscle for me later. Thinking this, I immediately summon the 3 fire Qilins from the depths. I can sense a new calamity is about to drop. Since we're the same species, I can't just watch Enlikin get caught in the crossfire again and dragged into another mess. Today, I'm bestowing a divine ability upon you lot, the Chao's divine fire palm. Which of you can master this first? I'll send the winner to the central continent to find our surviving kin and bring them back to the abyss. I'm not forcing anyone here. Those who step up will have relative protection from now on. Those who don't, well, your life or death won't be a problem anymore. Whoever finishes this mission gets to be a personal disciple. Consider it your biggest lucky break. Hearing Nilai's words, they bowed, Ancestor, we obey your command. A few 100 years later, one cracked fire Qilin finally mastered the Chao's divine fire palm and came to see me. This little guy finally got a glimpse of early true form since I'm grinding the innate fiend god technique and refining Pangus essence blood. Nilai's aura was straight up terrifying. Nilai's body was massive, and my Qilin scales were literally blinding with golden light. Nilai's cultivation is so high that once I hit the Quasi-Saint realm, I'll be on the same level as the original Qilin ancestor. Honestly, Nilai's foundation is even more cracked than his was. Head to the central continent immediately. Move at night and keep a low profile. Right now, the demon race is busy crowning a new demon emperor, so there shouldn't be too much random slaughter. As long as you don't run into any shaman clan goons, you'll be fine. If you make it back alive, I gave this fire Qilin some very specific pro tips before it headed out. The mission is straight up suicide, but it's the only way to secure a future for the Qilin clan. Once the Lich Calamity kicks off, the Qilin race is basically getting erased from the Great Desolate map. There's literally no turning back now. If our boy fails or gets clapped, then it's just the Heavenly Dao's way of saying it wasn't meant to be. As a member of the Qilin clan, I've done my part, so won't have to deal with any nasty karma later. Once, the fire Qilin dipped a shot Lily eyes and went right back to a hardcore cultivation grind. Back on the Great Desolate Continent, the Wu clan had already leveled up with the Labindalawa ancestral was forming Labindalawa massive tribes. They were breeding like crazy and getting jacked, eventually picking fights with the demon race over territory. These Wu clan dudes are born tanks. They can manipulate wind, water, and lightning like it's nothing, with enough raw strength to flip mountains. Your average fodder demon stood zero chance, and before long, the Wu clan became straight up unstoppable. With the Labindalawa ancestral was hugging all the Great Desolate's luck, do I choose to crawl out of early base and stop them? Option 1, accept the quest and bag yourself a strand of primordial violet Kai. Option 2, reject the quest and get the lunar true fire, one of the Isa Zero legendary origin flames. I hadn't even been in seclusion for that long before the system pinged me with a new quest, so check it out immediately. The second I saw that primordial violet Kai, my heart nearly skipped a beat. You got to understand, in this great desolate world, primordial violet Kai is basically the ultimate legendary loot. The goat ancestor Hong Jun only dropped 7 strands in total, and the 6 people who scored them all became overpowered saints. This stuff is the literal foundation of the great Dao, the ultimate cheat code to reaching sainthood. But if I want that primordial violet K, I'd have to leave Inoi Cozy Abyss and throw hands with the Labindalawa ancestral was. These Labindalawa guys were born from Pangu's own essence blood, and every single one of them is at the Quasi-Saint rank. If they team up, they can pull out the Labindalawa capital god-slaying array, which is hands down the deadliest formation in the entire great desolate world. Its power is absolutely cracked. Nobody can stop it even if they were squared up against Saint Hong Jun himself. The Labindalawa ancestral wouldn't even flinch, since they're the direct bloodline of Pangu. Ancestor Hong Jun couldn't really interfere directly, so he could only low-key drop hints to Di Jun and Dong Huangte. They teamed up to build the ancient heavenly court to bring some order to the Chaos, and a decree was even passed down saying demons rule the skies, was rule the land, which calmed things down for a bit. But the Labindalawa ancestral didn't even give ancestor Hong Jun any face, and went right back to beefing with the demon race, turning the Great Desolate into a total wasteland. Countless realms were wiped out, and millions of spirit veins were straight up trashed. Even though the bait was legendary, I had to keep it together and hold myself back. This great tribulation is on a whole different level of carnage compared to the Dragon Hand era. It's sweeping through the entire Great Desolate, so I napped out of that mission immediately. Secured the lunar true fire. I already had the solar version from way back, so now the set is complete. Total yin-yang. Balance achieved. Once I refined this origin flame, Nui cultivation level straight up skyrocketed, breaking through to the 5th stage of the Dalu Golden Immortal Realm, and Nui combat power reached whole new peak. Enrai. Internal flame power isn't just raw force anymore. It's become insanely fluid and versatile. While I was chilling, the Labindalawa ancestral witches were popping off, forcing the entire demon race to finally get their act together. After years of endless bloodshed, the absolute legends Dong Huangte and Di Jun finally made their move. This power united the demon race and founded the ancient heavenly court, even bringing in that beast Kunpeng as the demon preceptor. Now, Tei and Di Jun are basically the ultimate demon brothers who've been grinding for eons on the solar star of the Great Desolate. They've already hit the Quasi-Saint stage. Absolute units. Tei's rocking the Eastern Emperor bell, while Di Jun's got the head to Lushu. We're talking top-tier primordial treasures here. With these two taking charge, the demon race was basically unstoppable, and nobody dared to say a word. Di Jun crowned himself the Demon Emperor, and Tei became the Demon Sovereign, ruling the ancient heavenly court as Jewel. Finally standing on equal footing with the Wu tribe. With the court established, they were on track to become the true rulers of the world and build legendary empire. After raking in a massive amount of heavenly merit, Yuan Hong is seen kneeling, his eyes glued to the depth of the abyss. The sheer pressure in this place has him shaking in his boots, but the spiritual Kai here, it's literally insane. Way purer than any of the top-tier cultivation spots in the Isangdan Libo Mountains. Yo, Gibbon, looks like fate brought us together. Eloy voice issued out from the dark abyss. You're just a wanderer with no place to call home in this massive world, aren't you? Nile Abyss Dojo is looking for a gatekeeper. You down to stay? Yuan Hong was stunned. His background is a total mystery. He's been surviving in the Great Desolate for ages without anyone seeing through him, yet here I'm asking him to be mere janitor. The monkey was hesitating, so I flexed a bit, letting him catch a glimpse of the flat peaches and ginseng fruits hidden in the abyss. Bro started geeking out immediately, drooling over the loot. This is his only shot at reaching the Saint Realm, after all. But little did they know, everything was being puppet mastered. From the shadows Yila the old man Hong Jun himself. After the heavenly court was established, those two didn't get a single drop of merit. Instead, old man Hong Jun ended up keeping all the rewards. Dong Huangtai and Demon Emperor Daijun were the ones who founded the ancient heavenly court. Fighting over the Great Desolation's karma, the system asks, will leave the abyss to serve them or stay put? Option 1, accept the mission and become one of the Isasero Great Demon Marshals of the Heavenly Court. Option 2, decline the mission and secure the Green Lotus Treasure Flag, one of the legendary 5 directional flags. As soon as Tei and Dijan finished setting up their court, new system notification popped up. Our boy didn't even hesitate. I hit decline and claimed the Green Lotus flag immediately. Now, Nai Abyss domain has 4 of the 5 directional flags. Just one more and the set is complete. At that point, unless a literal saint descends, anyone who tries to step into a Nai domain is getting instantly deleted. Each flag is already a top-tier innate spiritual treasure, but the full set, that's basically God-tier innate Supreme Treasure. With the Green Lotus flag in place, the rare herbs and exotic plants in the abyss are growing like they're on steroids. This flag radiates wood-type law, basically overclocking the growth of every plant in the vicinity. With that out of the way, I closed my eyes and sensed a few presences lurking near the abyss. One quick scan later, I see this massive white ape throwing hands with some Wu clan fodder. This white ape is goated, swinging an iron staff like an absolute unit. That staff isn't just some random stick. It's a post-celestial supreme treasure. Every single swing is straight up shattering mountains and leveling the landscape. The monkey's cultivation isn't mid either. The beast reached the profound immortal realm. Seeing this, the system pings again. It turns out this gibbon carries massive karma and is being hunted Eli the Wu clan. The question is, do I leave the abyss to carry this guy? Option 1, leave the abyss and save the gibbon to receive the dragon phoenix zither. Option 2, decline the mission and get 25 immortal spirit peach trees, isa 05 needle pines, 5 divine fire fruit trees, and 3 innate plantain trees. The system's notification sound is music in my ears. That's when I realized this white ape is actually the legendary Yuan Hong. He's one of the 4 great spiritual primates, ranking right up there with the stone monkey of legends, Sun Wukong, the 6-eared macaque, and the red-bottomed horse monkey. Every single one of them possesses godlike abilities. And Yuan Hong, this absolute unit, has been around since the primordial era. Back in the Investor of the Gods, bro was literally wiping the floor with immortals everywhere. Too bad he picked the wrong side and ended up getting cooked Yila Luya's immortal slaying flying dagger. After getting clapped, he ended up on the god ranking list as the 4-way star. Talk about a major peeking at the chaos outside. I turned down the quest first to claim those heaven and earth spirit roots. The abyss already had a decent collection of spirit roots, but now we're stacking 25 immortal spirit peach trees on top of that, plus isa 05 needle pines, 5 divine fire fruit trees, and 3 innate plantain trees. All in all, I've managed to snag nearly 100 of these legendary spirit roots. And let's be real, this new batch is straight up cracked. These immortal spirit peaches are way rarer than your run-of-the-mill versions. Even in the Queen Mother's feature garden at the Heavenly Court, you'd barely find a few of these. The needles from the 5 needle pine and the plantain leaves, those are Qilin Supreme Treasure materials right there. Those divine fire fruits, pure cultivation. Fuel. Basically, everything here is cheap-tier treasure you'd never find in the wild. Once claimed them, they auto-spawned in the abyss, rooting themselves in the most optimal spots. With the loot secured, I turned my attention back to the outside world. I flexed a divine ability, yanking Yuan Hong straight into the abyss right from under the noses of those Wu clan hunters. Then out of nowhere, divine flames erupted and turned those fodder into literal ash in a split second. Chilling in Loi Abyss Dao field, I can mask all karma, so even if some Wu clan powerhouse tries to track me later, they won't find a damn thing. Bro is untraceable. As for Yuan Hong, after getting teleported into the abyss, he was absolutely shook. Imagine getting instantly warped like that, pure god-tier hacks. He realized some hidden boss just saved his skin. Before this, he was on a suicide run through the 100,000 Great Mountains to escape the Wu. If this senior hadn't stepped in, he'd be corpse now. This humble demon, Yuan Hong, greet senior. Thanks for the save, big bro. Yuan Hong stashed his iron staff and dropped to his knees, immediately clocking that the owner of this place is a total monster. Wait, all I have to do is guard the entrance. Clinging to this senior's thigh is way better than being a hobo on the run, Yuan Hong shouted without hesitation. Senior, I'm all in. Let me stay. The moment the words left his mouth, the crushing pressure of the abyss vanished, finally letting him move freely. Suddenly, two fire kilns walked out from the depths, carrying some top-tier loot in their mouths. That was my doing. I'm currently in seclusion and too lazy to show my face. It's the perfect time to let these two brats get acquainted with Yuan Hong, and while I'm at it, solidify my status as the Qilin ancestor. Even though the Dragon Hand catastrophe was a 0,000 years ago, the Qiln's reputation is still enough to keep every living soul in check. Flexing the backing of an ancient great clan isn't shameful, it's just smart. Decades pass in the blink of an eye, when suddenly, the system notification pings in my head. The Fire Qiln is bringing back survivors from the Central Plains, but they're being hunted by the Wu clan Zurong tribe. Big question, do I carry them or let them rot? Option 1, step in and save them. Reward, one of the 5 directional flags, the innate spiritual treasure, plain cloud border flag. Option 2, leave them on read and ignore the reward, Imid Qilin spiritual treasure, the heaven-reaching divine fire pillar. I snap my eyes open and na divine sense instantly blankets the entire Shaiwan Mountains, surging straight out into the great desolate beyond the peaks. The Fire Qiln ascent out didn't disappoint, but he sure brought some massive heat with him. Those Zurong tribe trods actually dared to lay a hand on the Qilin clan. Ningla divine sense pierces through is a 0,000 miles of space, locking onto the 73 remaining Qilns. Aside from the lead Fire Qiln, the tribe has already started thinning the herd. Excluding him, there are only 72 left to bring home. Back in the day, when the Qilin clan was at its absolute peak, their numbers were in the tens of millions. To think they've fallen this hard is insane. It's honestly tragic, so without a second thought, I claimed the mission. The final piece of the 5 directional flags is finally in my hands. Once the full set of innate 5 directional flags is deployed at the Abyss Dojo, even if the 12 ancestral Wu show up in person, they won't be able to step single inch inside. Besides, they're too busy beefing with the heavenly demon court, so they've got zero time to worry about me. With just a thought, a massive flaming hand condenses out of thin air is a 0,000 miles away. Golden light flashes and those Wu clan fodder chasing the Qiln are instantly pinned to the spot. There are actually few great was at the golden immortal realm in that crowd. Too bad for them, against me, they're nothing but one-shot victims. The Fire Qiln at the front was shaking with pure hype, immediately leading his kin as they charge into the safety of the Shaiwan Mountains. I casually flexed Nla divine powers, wiped their tracks, and blinked the whole squad into the abyss. Out of the 72 Qiln, the Fire Qiln branch is carrying the team with over 40 members. We've also got 5 water Qiln and 7 gold Qiln in the mix. 6 Wood Qilin and 3 Earth Qilin also joined the chat. The Purebird 5-element Qilin set is finally complete. And we even snagged a few Wind and Lightning Qilin. For the collection. The numbers are low for now, but the variety is top tier. As long as they start grinding and breeding here, the Qilin clan's comeback hour starts now. Great Ancestor, I didn't fail the mission. I've brought back the clan members who are done with the world's ears. Wookie prostrated himself on the ground, his voice literally cracking with emotion. I slowly stood up and stepped out from the deepest depths of the abyss. Noy's massive frame was straight up, radiating final boss energy, overwhelming everyone present. This group, the top dog's cultivation was only at the taking Swanshan level. No wonder they were being farmed Eli the Wu clan like common mobs. I gave the Qilin squad a quick vibe check with an eye gaze. Ninbei eyes finally locked onto that fire Qilin from earlier. I told you before, bring the clan back and I'll make you my head disciple. Illy's voice boomed like a massive bell, echoing throughout the entire abyss. Listen up, Qilin clan. Today, I'm making it official. This kid is now my first disciple. Go ahead and set up your own cultivation caves. As long as you don't wander outside this abyss like idiots, I'll personally guarantee your safety for life. Kid, follow me. I turned around and led the fire Qilin deeper inside. The rest of the Qilin clan absolutely lost their minds, especially the old-timers who survived the Dragon Hand Great Tribulation. They stared at Noy back, literally shaking with hype. The bloodline pressure was flexing was even crazier than the original Qilin ancestors back in the day. They definitely bet on the right horse. Meanwhile, outside the abyss in the 100,000 Great Mountains, the Great Was of the Zurong tribe had finally pulled up to the spot where their tribesmen were getting cooked. Seeing the absolute carnage, the lead Great Was fire intent is insane. Someone called the ancestral Wu. ASAP. A single strand of hair was ignited and scorching flame instantly nuked the AI and earth. Zurong, one of the legendary, manifesting out of thin air, our boy locks his gaze onto the lingering energy left on the battlefield. His expression turns dead serious. The sheer power of these flames is actually on par with his own. Zurong tries to divine the secrets of heaven, but realizes the local karma is completely cooked and shrouded in chaos. The river of time isn't exactly something you can just hit rewind on. Seems like the Qilin clan's luck hasn't completely run out just yet. Guess it's time to pack it up and head back for now. Zurong lets out a cold snort, pivoting straight toward the 100,000 Great Mountains. He wants to see exactly which clone thinks they can mess with his people. Chilling in the abyss, I immediately sense Zurong's aura and let out a smirk. Him? Seriously? I am literally one step away from reaching the Quasi-Saint realm. With the 5 king flags guarding my domain, even if he tracks me down, what's he going to do? Right about it. Besides, the great shaman demon Calamity is looming. Zurong is destined to get smoked Eli Gonggong anyway, so gotta bother wasting energy on dead man walking. Staying low and grinding in silence is the ultimate Sigma move. And right on cue, the system notification pings again. Zurong has entered the 100,000 Great Mountains to investigate. Do you want to leave the abyss and throw hands with him? Option 1, fight him and receive the Houchin treasure, the demon sealing sword. Option 2, decline. I'm mashing. Option 2, instantly. The cultivation technique for the Chao's primordial finger immediately floods into my brain. Countless law fragments search through Eloy consciousness, and in a flash, I've completely mastered this broken divine ability. Back in the Great Mountains, Zurong spends days searching, but comes up with 0 leads, leaving him salty as he retreats. Flash forward tens of thousands of years, and life in the abyss is straight up vibes. The Qilin clan has been busy multiplying, now over 1,000 strong, while I finally hit the peak of the Dalu Golden Immortal realm. I'm basically at the doorstep of the Quasi-Saint stage, but out in the Great Desolation, things have already gone completely chaotic. The demon race rules the heavens while the shamans control the earth, and with their beef escalating every day, total war is just a spark away. On the day of Emperor Dijon's grand wedding, the 12 ancestral Shamans decide to crash the party and launch a full-scale raid on the heavenly court. Zhurong swings his arm, unleashing a pillar of divine flames that turns the southern heaven gate into literal furnace. Yo, it's Dijon's big day. We figured we'd drop Eli with a special gift. Dong Huangtae is absolutely molding, gripping the Chao's bell as he charges straight toward the gate. The chime of the bell vibrates through the entire universe as it flies aggressively toward Zhurong. Our creator's treasure isn't something you lowlifes are even allowed to look at. Dijon lets out a roar and all labindalawa ancestral shamans instantly activate their formation. The labindalawa capital's gods and demons array is live, condensing an insane amount of killing intent into one spot. Massive phantom of Pangu himself manifests, towering over the entire great desolation. All the high-tier deities watching are straight up terrified, losing their minds at the sight. This is the Wu clan's ultimate trump card. The pressure from Pangu's phantom is straight up nuking the heavens. Dong Huangtae gets sent flying like a total fodder. Even the palace behind him is shaking like crazy. Seeing the Zuchayan star array, Dijon is absolutely molding right now. The entire Yao clan's constellation starts glowing with insane energy. Billions of stars drop a literal nuke of power onto the battlefield like a waterfall. The two strongest arrays in the Great Desolation clash, and the shockwaves are literally erasing the map. Even deep in the abyss, can feel this massive disturbance. I'm forced to cut and lie. Meditation short as the system starts spamming notifications. Ding, the first great war between the Wu and Yao has peaked. Do you want to step out and play hero? Option 1, stop the war. Top tier labindalawa ni grade purifying white lotus. Option 2, sit back and watch the Chao's reward. Chao's 9-turn mysterious art, zero hesitation. I'm picking option 2 because getting involved in that meat grinder is just courting death. The secrets of the Chao's 9-turn art instantly flood in my mind. Time to lock in and start grinding this new technique. Even with Eli half-step Quasi-Saint cultivation, I'm barely scraping through the 5th turn. This stuff is no joke. Behind the scenes, Hongjun makes a move, using the good fortune jade to keep the world from falling apart. Little do they know, the labindalawa ancestral Wu are overclocking their array, making Pangu's phantom swing a giant axe at the stars. Tae is fighting for his life. His Chao's bell glowing like a sun just to tank that hit. Finally, the ancestral Wu are completely gassed out. The old clan is also hurting bad. It's a literal lose-lose situation for everyone. The Great Desolation is vibrating and the earth veins are literally cracking. Ye terrified white tiger starts running for its life toward the myriad mountains. Turns out this guy is actually the son of the Western Saint Beast, the white tiger. His crib got leveled ilada. Shockwave, so now he's just shivering outside Naebais. Ding, the white tiger's kid is homeless. You going to play social justice warrior for him? Option 1, go out and settle the score for him. Reward, golden spirit bed. Option 2, your business reward. The God tier 5 element spine. I'm choosing option 2 every single time. Glowing 5 element spine drops into the abyss and the spiritual energy here just hits different. I take a peek at the tiger outside. Early stage Dalu golden immortal, not a bad little pet. I swung Eloy hand out, snatching the massive aura that was smothering the white tiger. Bro tried to resist but it casually warped him straight into the abyss. The white tiger hit the deck hard, his eyes filled with pure terror. You submitting or what? I asked, my voice cold and indifferent. The white tiger was still buffering, completely dazed. So just manifested a massive handout of thin air. Absolute pressure crushed down on him. Senior, I surrender. I'm submitting. Please have mercy on this lowly tiger. The white tiger so nearly left his body as he scrambled to his knees begging for his life. Teachable enough. From now on you're the sacred guardian beast of the abyss. I nodded satisfied and placed him under the command of the Susi-Yonji flag. 5 directional beasts paired with the 5 directional flags, it just makes sense. This 5 elements grand array might actually give the Zixian sword formation run for its money. The white tiger locked eyes with the Susiyonji flag and his eyes lit up. This is a top-tier treasure for cultivating the Tao of metal. But then he remembered he was basically glorified security guard and his saltiness returned. But he could only suck it up for now. I'll just lay low for a bit, he thought, and wait for the perfect chance to make a move. With the cat sorted, I went back to breaking through to the Quasi-Saint realm. Meanwhile, over at the Heavenly Court, the flames of war are popping off once again. Zhujuin, the ancestral witch of time, has recovered 30% of his power. And he's charging straight at Dijon with pure smoke. You demon clan frauds, you're going to give us an explanation today or else. Goddess Noah was about to throw hands, but Hongjun stopped her with a mental ping. The great calamity is inevitable. Your destiny is near. Don't go staining yourself with this karma. The shanking of Mount Kunlun finally decided to step into the ring. The Teiji diagram, Pangu banner and Zuxian sword formation all dropped at once while Jian and Juntai also showed up with their loot. The demon clan isn't going down today. You ancestral witches better back off. Taejun's face went dark knowing the vibe was officially ruined. You want us to bounce? But the demon clan is paying up 1/1000 primordial spirit roots delivered within Isa 0 years. Dijon literally gritted his teeth but he had no choice but to agree. Only then did the Wu tribe finally withdraw, but the beef between the Wu and the Yao was clearly reaching a boiling point. Right on cue that familiar system notification popped up again. Ding, the gods are blocking the Wu tribe's retreat. Do you want to head to the Heavenly Court and pick a side? Option 1, lend the gods a hand. The reward, the Shanking Dongsuan Zen Immortal Manual. Option 2, stay in secluded cultivation and mind your own business. Reward, a top-up tier primordial treasure, the broken god slaying spear. I didn't even blink before picking option 2. I mean, where would they even go out to get caught up in the karma of the Great Tribulation? Hard pass after the Dragon Hand era. I'm the only one left from the 3 clans at the peak of the Great Lu Golden Immortal Realm. Stepping outside now is basically asking to be the world's biggest target. A beam of light descended right into my hand. It was half of the god-slaying spear, but the tip was nowhere to be found. All that's left is the shaft, so guess it's more like a god-slaying staff now. I shook in my head in disbelief. This thing was forged from the Chao's green lotus itself, and yet it ended up looking this trashy. Meanwhile, outside the abyss, the white tiger saw the war ending and tried to sneak out of the cave. He really thought he was free. Just as he was about to make his move, a mysterious force shot him down, knocking him out cold. Oh, you thought you were going somewhere? I gripped in my god-slaying staff with a cold smirk. Even though I matched his power level for that strike, it was enough to put him to sleep instantly. The raw power of this god-slaying staff is honestly terrifying. I casually tossed the kitty back under the protection of the plain-colored cloud boundary flag. When the white tiger finally woke up, he rubbed his head looking completely dazed. Wait, did I make it out or was that a dream? What does my head feel like? It got hit by a truck. Seeing him look so lost and confused, I couldn't help but let out a smug smirk. Trying to escape Noi Abyss domain? Good luck with that, little bro. You're stuck here for life. The white tiger shivered and stopped his nonsense, but deep down he was already plotting his next jailbreak. I watched his every move. Just chuckled. This guy really doesn't know when to quit, does he? But honestly, having him around makes life in the abyss a lot less boring. Ding, the son of the western sacred beast, the white tiger is willing to die just to escape. Do you want to let him leave the abyss? Option 1, accept the mission. Let the white tiger go free and receive a block of western ganjin as a reward. Option 2, reject the mission. For the sake of the host's dignity, letting that white tiger escape is a big no-no. Reward, 1 resonance with the 5 elements Great Tao. I'm going with option 2. The moment the words leave my mouth, the 5 elements Great Tao starts manifesting: the lethal sharpness of metal, the infinite vitality of wood, the scorching heat of fire, the fluidity of water and the absolute tankiness of earth. The 5 elements laws are literally appearing right in front of early eyes. The power in Loy body starts circulating like crazy, cycling through heavens in an endless loop. The 5 king flags start hovering on their own, while the 5 elements spine spreads its branches like massive umbrella to shield me. Feeling that 5 elements great Tao aura all the way in Purple Cloud Palace, Hongjun snaps his eyes open, looking completely shook. The 5 elements Tao is the literal foundation of the primordial world, but it's a total bait, easy to pick up but mastering all 5 simultaneously. That's straight up harder than reaching the heavens. Ever since the 5 elements Taoist kicked the bucket during the Dragon Hand era, the primordial world hasn't seen single 5 elements powerhouse. But this aura, straight up late stage Quasi-Saint level energy. Is it possible that old Geezer isn't actually dead? Hongjun's killing intent spikes. This absolute unit appeared out of nowhere and can't even be tracked. With no other choice, he can only memorize this energy signature for now, while waiting for the right moment across the entire primordial world. Lao Tzu and the other top-tier powerhouses are also sweating, trying to calculate what's happening, but they get the same result as Hongjun, absolutely nothing. This mysterious 5 elements aura just became a massive enigma living rent-free in everyone's heads. Meanwhile, I'm completely clueless about the chows outside still vibing in the Great Tao. Break! With a low shout, I snap and my eyes open as 5 colored light beams into the eye ascending. Ye terrifying pressure sweeping through the entire abyss. The ancestor finally leveled up. The little Qilin cubs are pinned to the ground at the pressure, but they're still hyped as hell. Every living thing in the abyss is celebrating, except for the white tiger, who's feeling nothing but pure salt. I could already bully this guy before I even peeked. Now that I've hit Quasi-Saint, bro doesn't even have a 1% chance of escaping. Nah, I'm the Saint Beast of the 4 directions. I'll never submit. On the outside, he's acting like a loyal pet, but inside he's already plotting his villain arse. Quasi-Saint. I finally reached the Quasi-Saint rank. I start laughing like a madman. The hype is just too real. I thought it'd take a few more eons to hit the pseudo-saint realm, but the renegads blessed me with this breakthrough much sooner than expected. With the 5 elements Tao buffing me up, just smashed through the bottleneck and officially stepped into the pseudo-saint realm. Today's Great Desolation Golden Immortals are basically mid-tier fodder walking the streets. You need to be at least a Dalu Golden Immortal just to be considered a high-level threat. But if you want a seat at the big table, only pseudo-saints have the right to speak up in this world. Congrats to the ancestor. Every living soul in the abyss shouted in unison to celebrate our boy's level up. I couldn't help but get emotional. Ever since I got isekai'd into this Qilin body, I've had zero sense of security in this crazy world. As one of the 3 primal races, the Qilin clan is basically a magnet for disasters. It's straight up dangerous. Without this abyss domain protecting me, I'd have literally nowhere to hide from the chows. Even after the Dragon Hand War ended and the Xixiao Palace started its lectures, I still stayed cooped up inside and never left. First off, it was because I was still too weak and didn't want to get jumped by some mobs. My identity is way too spacey. A Dalu level Qilin is a massive target that draws too much heat. After all, the top tiers of the 3 tribes were basically wiped out in the last war. I'm literally a walking glitch in the system of this world. That's how I've been camping in this abyss for so long. I've been laying low since the first war all the way into the current Lich catastrophe. But now that I've hit Pseudo-Saint and mastered the 5 elements Tao, plus with LA5 direction flags, even if the 3 pure ones jumped me together, they couldn't touch my defense. As long as Hongjun doesn't personally intervene, I'm basically unkillable in this world. Congrats, ancestor. Now that you've peaked, our Qilin clan can finally make a comeback. It's time to dominate the 3 realms. One little Qilin Jr. started glazing him hard with the flattery. Facts. The ancestor is the goat of the Great Desolation. He'll definitely lead us to conquer everything. All the other Qilin kids started jumping on the hype train, too. These little guys were all born right here in the abyss. They've only heard the old heads talk about the Qilin clan's glory days, so they have no idea how terrifying the shaman and demon tribes actually are. Veteran Qilins who actually saw the outside world just stood there looking awkward, but the kids were too hyped to notice. They all started chanting together. Return to the world. Return to the world. Ding, as the legendary sacred Qilin clan, how could you just rot away in this abyss forever? But your juniors want back in the game. Host, will you lead your clan to make their grand entrance? Option 1, accept the mission to conquer the Great Desolation and receive the clan option. 2, clash quest and flex against the rising Wuyao clan and stay low-key to receive high-grade enlightenment tea. I didn't expect these brats to trigger system quest, but I'm picking option 2 without second thought. Now is definitely not the time to make our grand debut. The enlightenment tea takes root in the abyss and the spiritual energy is getting crazy thick. Under the cloud-piercing flag, the white tiger sees this and starts yapping, wondering how such mid-tier strength plans to dominate the Great Desolation. Pure delusion. What did you just say? I didn't quite catch that. Say it again. A massive hand rips through the void, grabbing the white tiger Yila the neck and hoisting him up as give him the cold shoulder. Even if these little Qilins are total glazers, at least they show me some respect. But this white tiger bro's being disrespectful and needs reality check. Besides, I'm planning to gather all 5 saint beasts to pair with the 5 element flags for cracked 5 element grand array. If this white tiger has snake vibes, he'll definitely be the weak link in life formation. Master, I messed up. I won't do it again, please. The white tiger starts sobbing for mercy. I'll give you one pass, I say, before eating him back to the ground. Then drop on my voice and address the Qilin squad. Our clan took a massive la during the last great calamity. We've barely started recovering our energy. This is absolutely not the time to be flexing in public. You need to lock in and cultivate, grow the clan and wait for the perfect moment to bring back the Qilin glory. You guys get it? Going out now is just becoming fodder for the Wuyao. We follow the ancestors' orders. The little Qilins shout in unison. Seeing them so respectful, I give them a satisfied nod. This fearless rookie energy is actually pretty valid. If they were as washed as the Dragon Clan in Journey to the West, where would they even hide in my face as the Qilin ancestor? Now that I've broken through to the Quasi-Saint realm, I'll bless you all with a lecture on the Tao. I take a seat as an auspicious cloud lifts me up and I begin to cook. The 5 elements are metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Water douses fire, fire melts metal, metal cuts wood, wood siphons earth, and earth blocks water. This is the Tao of 5 element countering. The true words of the Tao echo through the abyss and 5 colored light starts glowing over the heads of the Qilins and the white tiger. Roar. Thunder scrolls erupt with the white tiger's roar mixed in the hype. I finally broke through to the 5th level of the Dalu Golden Immortal Realm. The white tiger screams in excitement. Being the son of the Western Saint Beast, his talent is straight up on par with primordial beings. It's a shame the Western ancestral vein was completely trashed, leaving our boy with no choice but to live like fugitive running for his life. His cultivation was straight up stuck in the mud with zero progress. But after listening to one of Erlai's sermons, he hits a breakthrough on the spot. Too bad his hype screams ruined the vibe for everyone else. I didn't hold back and sent him flying with a single palm, cratering this unit straight into the cliffside. Keep it down, clone. The white tiger crawls back up and instead of being salty, he's actually cheesing hard with joy. Master, have mercy, I won't kill the mood again, I swear. After that level up, any thoughts of him escaping evaporated instantly. Rarely would he leave when the abyss gives him top tier and the cloud stepping flag to boost his gains. Where else are you going to find cheat code like this? Now, you couldn't drag him out of here even if you tried. You really think there's going to be next time? Looks like I've been way too soft on this cat. I hit him with the cold shoulder, sealed his mana, and tossed him to Yuan Hong for a 100 stroke spanking. The abyss was popping off white tiger screams mixing with the Qilin squad's hype. Pure chaos. Meanwhile, over at the Heavenly Court, the vibe was straight up funeral status. Inside the Lingxiao Palace, every big shot above the Dalu Golden Immortal rank was present. Every single one of them looked like they just saw their bank account hit zero. Daejun's face was ghost white. He whispered, "Brothers. Does anyone actually have counter for the Wu clan's god-slaying formation?" During the last war, the Demon clan took a massive if the goat Laozi hadn't stepped in, they'd be extinct now. That formation was living rent-free in Daejun's head. He couldn't eat or sleep thinking about it. "Fixie, you got any big brain plays?" Daejun turned his desperate gaze toward Fixie. She locked in and said, "That god-slaying formation, it's built different. Our cosmic star formation is good, but it's still one tier below theirs. But if we grind hard and get those star banners for support, we might actually stand a chance against it." He didn't mention the part where the Wu clan's formation wasn't even at max level yet. If they ever reached full mastery, the cosmic star formation would be absolute fodder. A rail was already in the gutter, so he didn't want to drop that black pill on them and make things worse. Facts: if we secure 65 star banners, we can definitely crush those guys. Those Wu clan barbarians are out of pocket, forcing us to cough up £1,000,000 of star essence. Right now, we're way too drained to even think about forging those star banners. Daejun is literally seething right now. "Big bro, we need to order the entire clan to start grinding for star essence immediately." Dong Huangtae is stressing out and shouts, "Hold up." Daejun stops Tae and side-eyes. "Konping. The Demon Master invented our script and is basically the goat teacher of our demon race. So, does our distinguished teacher have any big brain plays for us?" You can tell he's definitely throwing some shade with that tone. Konping has been building his own squad in the north and now he's getting too big for his boots. Our boy Daejun knows he's a threat. A sinister glint flashes in Konping's eyes, but he keeps his face perfectly stoic and respectful. "Your Majesty, you're gassing me up way too much. I've got a little scheme. Tell me, do you guys know the beef between Gonggong and Zurong of the Wu clan? They're always at each other's throats." One of the fodder demons replies. Konping smirks, "Exactly, and that's our golden ticket. If we can bait those two ancestral witches of water and fire into death match where they both get wrecked, then the Wu clan's legendary Labindalawa Heaven Capital Fiend formation will basically fall apart on its own. Free win, right?" Daejun hesitates. Back in the Great Desolation era, people actually had honor, so this dirty play feels a bit too mid for him to accept. The rest of the demons start yapping amongst themselves, too. "Your Majesty, our star essence reserves are on life support. We literally have zero time to forge those banners. Time is running out and we're about to get cooked." Konping keeps pushing the agenda, raising his voice. Daejun is seething internally, his expression darkening. "Fine, this is on you, Demon Master. Don't sell." Daejun is officially creep out Eli Konping's vibe, so he just dumps the dirty work on him. Kun's expression soars. He wanted Daejun to take the lead so his reputation would be trashed, but he has to obey for now. Bro really played himself and took the lie on this one. Ding, while the Great Desolation is full of honorable warriors, the Demon Master is out here playing dirty against the ancestral witches. Does the host want to shut down this rat behavior? Option 1, accept quest and stop Nua from creating humans to get a Haoshan Tire Mountain moving with. Option 2, decline the quest, let fate cook, and receive drop of the Chaos Demon Ape's essence blood. I'm smashing option 2 instantly. That cultivation manual is straight up fodder for me anyway. Early version of the manual is way more crack, but this blood is a massive way for Yuan Hong. Speaking of, where's that monkey at? Greetings, Master. You got some orders for your boy. Yuan Hong spawns in respectfully. This is for you. I'm handing over the essence blood of the Chaos demonic ape. Yuan Hong was hooked, instantly staring at that blood droplet like it was some legendary gem. The second he heard it was for him, bro dropped to his knees thanking me for the massive carry. Yuan Hong swore eternal loyalty to me, basically saying if he ever betrayed me, the heavens could strike him down with a bolt of lightning. Go refine it and don't lose your focus. I dismissed him with a casual wave. Yuan Hong was already a peak Haoshan being, but after absorbing this blood, his foundation is about to skyrocket. He might even evolve into a pure Xianshan being, giving him a real shot at reaching the Quasi-Saint rank later on the first Lich War turn. The entire Great Desolate into a total wasteland. Mountains were getting flattened and rivers were straight up drying out. The whole realm was stuck in deadly silence. If the top-tier powerhouses hadn't stepped in, the whole world would have been cooked a long time ago. After the smoke cleared, the Wu clan retreated, and the demon race locked down the heavens, but Nuwa was still out there roaming the lands alone. Master told her that her fated chance was coming, but with the world looking like dumpster fire, where could it be? Nuwa let out a sigh after wandering the Great Desolate for literal millennia, watching the world slowly heal itself. Wildlife was coming back and the greenery was finally popping off. Suddenly, it just clicked for her. She pulled out the 9 heaven soil and the 3 brilliance divine water, mixing them together into some strange shapes. Ding is creating humans. A brand new race is about to drop in the Great Desolate. Does the host want to leave the abyss to put a stop to this? Option 1, accept quest and stop Nuwa from creating humans to get a Haoshan tire mountain moving with. Option 2, reject the quest and just watch the human race be born to get the 3 courses severing method. That system notification snapped me right out of it. I was shook the human race is actually about to spawn. As someone from the feature, I felt a massive connection to these people. Plus that 3 courses technique is the legendary way to become saint straight from Hongjun himself. But honestly, I've got some bad vibes about that 3 courses technique. There's more than one way to reach the top in this world, like Pangu's Path of Strength or Nuwa's Merit Path. Those are both legit great DAOs. But this 3 courses method that Hongjun is pushing, it looks like a shortcut, but it's probably a trap. Once you hit the saint rank, you might just find yourself at a complete dead end. I chose to decline the mission, and immediately the secrets of the 3 courses severing method started downloading into my brain. 2. Reach sainthood with this cheat code, you got to slice away your good and evil sides, keep the true self, and then merge all 3 back together. But I'm in no rush to grind this. This technique might not even be a vibe. With the system backing me up, better opportunities are bound to pop up later anyway. Just as was vibing with the new technique, ancient divine music started blasting through the Great Desolate and golden springs and spires began erupting from the ground. A massive amount of merit started falling from the heavens like down rainstorm. Turns out Nuwa just created humans. Talk about a massive merit farm, she's about to become a merit saint. The system asks, does our boy want to leave the abyss and go offer his congrats? Option 1, accept the mission and congratulate Nuwa to get the immortal binding rope. Honestly, mid. Option 2, reject the mission and bag the burning heaven feeder fan. Literal innate spiritual treasure. New quest, same energy. I didn't even hesitate to smash that option 2 button. This fan was the ultimate heirloom of the ancient Phoenix clan back in the day. It was crafted using the feathers of the godly fire phoenix itself, along with feathers from the extreme fire rock and other high-tier fire attribute birds. One flick of this fan and you're literally burning the air and boiling the oceans. The Phoenix clan got wiped out during the Great War of the 3 races, yet here's their greatest treasure just falling right into my lap. I couldn't help but laugh. What's the point of fighting over temporary luck and karma? It's way better to just stay low-key and keep grinding in the shadows. As enemy fire Qilin, refining this fan was a total breeze, pure synergy. At the same time, a massive surge of energy exploded from Yuan Hong's direction. Bro finished refining the Chaos Ape's bloodline, and his cultivation shot straight up to the 6th stage of the Golden Immortal Realm. His foundation even evolved into an innate being. Watching Yuan Hong level up, I had to smirk. Even as a low-tier innate being, he's finally got the potential to reach the Quasi-Saint stage. From now on, his cultivation won't hit any of those annoying bottlenecks. I might be staying hidden in the abyss, but I know the drill. One man can't carry the whole squad. You need some heavy-hitting subordinates Eli your side to keep things moving. That's exactly why I took over the Qilin clan and recruited Yuan Hong and Bei Hutu. The team. Right now, the Qilin clan has over 0,000 members and they're all looking stacked. Under Eli coaching, in my top disciple, the Fire Qilin, along with a few other geniuses, have already broken through to the Golden Immortal realm. Whenever I'm bored, I craft some Haoshan treasures just to hand them out as rewards. Talk about a flex. Inside the abyss, there's that innate banana tree and just one of its leaves is enough to forge a powerful banana fan. 1-4. Everyone, fusing them straight with the wine Qilin. The earthfire from the 9 nethers can be refined into earthfire beads. These earthfire pillars are top-tier weapons for the Fire Qilin. I'm keeping a chill mindset, just guarding the center of the abyss, silently watching the chaos of the Great Desolation unfold. For now, we stay low-key until our power level is cracked. Once our faction is solid, making a debut won't be too late. The Great Desolate Land. Suddenly, a small tribe of the Wu clan gets absolutely cooked. Massive floods erupt from the valley, swallowing the entire tribe in a split second. The water is infused with water loss, making it impossible for the low-tier fodder to escape. This kind of tragedy is happening all over the Great Desolation right now. Every fire-worshipping Wu tribe is getting hammered by these floods. The body count is getting insane. When Zurong gets the news, he's absolutely livid. These tribes are all part of his personal turf. The guy running the water regions. It's none other than his arch-nemesis, Gonggong. Water and fire. They don't vibe at all. These two have had beef for ages and now Gonggong is straight up provoking him. You think Zurong's just going to take that? No shot. But on the flip side, Gonggong is also losing his mind. A bunch of his branch tribes were just toasted some mysterious heavenly fire. Countless casualties and injuries everywhere. He doesn't even need to guess. This has Zurong's name written all over it. Plot twist, this whole thing is actually Kunpeng's master plan. He's been leading his Yao clan heavy hitters lurking in the shadows of the Great Desolation. On one hand, he's flooding the fire tribes to trigger them. On the other, he's burning the water tribes to a crisp. He's basically speed-running a war between Zurong and Gonggong. Now that Nuwa has ascended to Saint level, Kunpeng's guts have grown even bigger. With the Saint as his backup, he's moving reckless and fearless through the Great Desolation. All this just scrapping for a chance to let the Demon clan recover their strength. Fast forward a few centuries and the beef between Zurong and Gonggong finally hits the boiling point. Zurong rolls up on a fire dragon, absolutely fuming. Gonggong, you little brat, come out and get clapped. If you've got the stones, square up and fight me like a man. Lela, the hell are you out here sneaking Loi clan from the shadows? But Gonggong wasn't about to take that lying down. With a flick of his wrist, he summons massive skyscraper high waves, charging out on Black Dragon in chariot. Zurong, you straight up gaslighting me right now. You want hands? You got them. And just like that, the two start throwing down at the base of Mount Buzil. This world-shaking ruckus actually woke me up, so quickly whip out the latest reward, the A viewing mirror. This bad boy is an innate spirit treasure that lets me low-key stalk any corner of the Great Desolate. The only catch? I can't peep on the saints or they'll definitely catch me lacking. The mirror boots up and man, Zurong and Gonggong are already seeing red. Their dragon mounts are getting one-shotted left and right. To think the Dragon clan used to run this whole place and now they're just fodder. Honestly, you hate to see it. This beef dragged on for years. Even the other ancestral witches tried to step in and squash it, but it was no use. Zurong eventually starts gapping him and Gonggong is looking raw, but our fire boy isn't doing too hot either. Their energy is completely cooked, their auras are a mess and they've both gone full berserk. It's kill or be killed at this point. Zurong, I might not be able to beat you, but my life was given Eli the Father God. You aren't taking it with bloodshot eyes. Gongbong pulls a pro-gamer move and headbutts Mount Buzil with everything he's got. Zurong just stands there, completely shook. Remember, Mount Buzil is literally Pangu's spine holding up the entire Rayla. If that thing snaps, the whole server is going down. Boom! Cracks start spreading across the mountain like a massive spider web. The entire Great Desolate starts glitching out, and Gonggong gets deleted from existence. On the spot, the cracks just keep growing until the whole mountain finally crumbles into pieces. The Heavenly Court is catching strays. The Milky Way is literally leaking and fire is raining down from the 9 heavens. It's a total massacre for every living thing in the realm. The isla goes pitch black. As Zurong watches the mountain fall, he realizes he's royally screwed. The beef between him and Gonggong literally broke the world. Even being a direct descendant of Pangu won't save him from the heavenly Dao's banhammer. Lightning clouds swarm the isla and the tribulation lightning starts raining down. Zurong's battery was already at 1%, so he had zero chance. Bro finally bites the dust at the foot of Mount Buzil. Ding! The battle between Zurong and Gonggong has caused the total collapse of Mount Buzil. The entire realm is in shambles. Host, do you accept the quest to leave the abyss and carry this near to safety? Choice 1, accept the mission and snag the heaven and earth spirit root, the immortal tree of eternal youth. Choice 2, decline the mission and bag a primordial spirit treasure, the Qilin seal, the ultimate treasure of the Qilin ancestor. This bad boy carries the Qilin clan's destiny and vanished ages ago during the Dragon Hand catastrophe when the Qilin ancestor bit the dust. Picked option 2 without even blinking. Saving the world. Yeah, I'll leave that to Noah. With the Qilin seal in the bag, my power level just hit new peak. Just as expected, it didn't take long for Noah to show up at Buzu Mountain. I quickly tap the Heaven Viewing Mirror away. The moment Saint's aura drops, the Heaven Viewing Mirror becomes a total paperweight. Trying to rely on her now is a one-way ticket to getting caught red-handed. Noah looks at the scared primordial world and lets out a heavy sigh. As a merit saint, she's basically soul-bound to the great Tao of the primordial world. As the world thrives, she's a beast. If it cracks, she gets nerfed. Patching the Rayla is literally her job description. Noah pulls out the 5-colored divine stones and starts the ultimate EI project, patching the Rayla. These stones are top-tier treasures from the dawn of the primordial world. They're super rare. Every single one of them is straight-up priceless. Noah fixing the Rayla is a massive way, earning her infinite merit. System check. Does the host want to crawl out of the abyss to help out? Choice 1, accept the mission and bank 30,000 merit points. Choice 2, decline the mission and receive literal pool of sun moon black yellow liquid. I'm choosing no on that one. Patching the Rayla is Noah's destiny. Lelali would a jump in and mess with her grind. The pool of sun moon black yellow liquid manifests right in front of me as the system notification pings. This sun moon black yellow liquid is the distilled essence of the sun and moon. It's been brewing for eons through the passage of time. Anyone below the Saint realm can use this stuff to skyrocket their cultivation level. I'm low-key hyped. Ever since I hit the Quasi-Saint realm, my progress has been at a total standstill. I refined a portion of the liquid and boom, my cultivation finally moved. I broke through from first tier Quasi-Saint straight to second tier. Looking at the remaining liquid in the pond, I bet if I finish it all, I can reach third tier Quasi-Saint status. Noah finally finished the job and the flooding from the celestial ravers was finally cut off. The fires from the 9 heavens are dying down, but the area pillars have collapsed. The area could literally fall again at any second. Just then, a massive Xuanwu turtle wanders right into Noah's line of sight. Noah reaches out, snatches the Xuanwu and chops off its 4 legs to use as new pillars for the area. The pillars are locked in, the world is stable and a massive wave of merit descends once again. Noah just dips, leaving the scene quietly. The Xuanwu turtle might have lost its legs, but since he literally carried the heavens on his back, he earned himself some massive creation merit. His severed leg regrew instantly and his cultivation even skyrocketed straight to the Dalu Golden Immortal Realm. Ding! Seeing as Xuanwu is a sky-propping legend with no place to call home, does the host want to recruit him into the abyss? Option 1, accept the mission and get your hands on Qiao Stone Tablet. Option 2, decline the mission and receive a Haoshan Spirit Treasure, Divine Sea Tortoise Shell. Now I'm interested. I've been wanting to assemble the 5 directional saint beasts to pair with LA 5 directional flags for God Tier formation. With the LA viewing mirror in my hand, I can see every move in the world. It's the perfect time to go recruit Xuanwu. I'll take the mission. Qiao Stone Tablet secured. The system says this Qiao Stone Tablet was once carried Ila the Hongming Saint Turtle. It's a literal cheat code for the Turtle Clan to comprehend the Great Tao. With this treasure, there's no way Xuanwu won't fall in line. I immediately summoned Beihu, Little White Tiger. You've been chilling in Lai Base for years now and today I've got a job for you. Do it right and the rewards will be massive. Beihu was hyped. This cat was born restless and being cooped up in the abyss had him itching for action. Master, just give the word. Your humble servant is ready to die for the cause. I pointed at Xuanwu inside the eye viewing mirror. The Xuanwu in this mirror is a saint beast just like you. I can't exactly step out into the world right now, so you're going to recruit him for me. Take this Qiao Stone Tablet with you. Tell him I saw how he carried the eye and admire his merit. I can't bear to see him wandering aimlessly around the great desolation, so invite him to cultivate in the abyss. He can use this tablet to meditate for 3,000 years. If he pledges his loyalty, this stone tablet is officially his. Beihu took the tablet, feeling that ancient primordial energy and was absolutely shook. He quickly replied, "Don't worry, master. I'm bringing Xuanwu home for sure." After Beihu left, I went back to refining the Sun Moon Black Yellow liquid. Since I already broke through to the 3rd level of the Quasi-Saint realm, the leftover liquid's effects had dropped off hard, so saved the rest for the clan. I pulled out the eye viewing mirror to watch Beihu's back as he faded into the distance, then shifted my gaze toward the nether blood sea. Inside the blood sea, the gore was churning and the killing intent was off the charts. A Taoist was sitting cross-legged there, the one and only ancestor Ming. This dude was formed from Pangu's dirty blood and flexes that as long as the blood sea doesn't dry up, Ming won't die. He's a total pro. Our boy Ming just scoffs with pure arrogance. Noah gained massive merit just Ila creating humans. So Gaile shouldn't I rely to copy her homework? Today I'm going to cook up some new life forms right here in the blood sea. Saying that, he pulls out a mountain of rare materials and starts his Yelai project. But right as these new beings are about to spawn, there's zero merit falling from the Riley over the blood sea. Instead, the Riley goes pitch black with lightning tribulation clouds roaring in. Old Man Ming is literally defying the heathens trying to force the Ashura clan into existence. System, yo, host, do you want to put a stop to this? Option 1, accept the quest. Reward, the Haoshan Supreme Treasure, Ming Blood Pearl. Option 2, reject the quest and receive the Nether Divine Fire. One of the top is a zero origin fires in existence. I am smashing option 2 without second thought. Ming is straight up delusional right now. Noah creating humans was the heavenly Tao's will, but the Ashura clan he's making is just bloodthirsty and war-hungry. When you go against the Tao like that, getting smited Ila lightning is just part of the job description. With the Nether Divine Fire secured, Noi Fire Law Mastery just hit new peak and Noi power level has skyrocketed. Back in the mirror, Ming is getting absolutely fried Ila lightning, causing his cultivation to tank. Bro dropped from peak Quasi-Saint all the way down to level 2 or 3, putting him right on the level. Honestly, I'm too lazy to care about the drama in the Great Desolation anymore. The Wu and Yao clans are both cooked. They've lost their spark and officially exited the main stage of history. From here on out, it's the era of the saints. And just like that, the system notification starts pinging again. Ding! Laozi has established the human religion and reached sainthood. Does the host want to send congrats? Option 1, accept the quest for the Haoshan Spirit Treasure Fire Dragon Armor. Option 2, reject the quest and claim the Jianshan Spirit Treasure, the God-slaying spear. Wait, it's just the spearhead. Inlay eyes nearly pop out. It's the God-slaying spearhead. I already had the spear shaft, and now that I've got the tip, I can finally assemble the complete God-slaying spear. This beast was forged from the stem of the primordial Chaos Lotus, ranking at the very top of the Great Desolation Jianshan treasures. It can even make saints bleed. Even when it was broken into pieces, every part was still top-tier Jianshan spirit treasure material, which just shows how cracked its power really is. With the complete God-slaying spear in hand, I couldn't help but let out a villainous laugh. Below the saint realm, I'm literally him. Nobody can touch me. Right after that, Yuan Shi Chenzun got his hands on chunk of Mount Buzhou, forging the immortal slaying sword and the dragon fettering stake, as well as the heaven flipping seal, while picking up disciples like Gong Shengzi on the side. He founded the Chen sect and finally secured that saint rank. And just like that, Yuan Shi Chenzun became a saint. System: does the host wish to send congratulations? Option 1, accept the quest and bag a post-celestial treasure, the Thunder Golden Hairpin. Option 2, decline the quest and receive 5 types of 5-element spiritual roots, 30 of each, including the Golden Light Leaf, the Wood Spirit Immortal Fruit, the Primordial Heavy Water Willow, the Fire Dragon Vermilion Fruit, and the Astral Questioning Earth. I instantly picked option 2, planting all on 50 spiritual roots deep into the abyss. The spiritual energy in the entire abyss became so thick it wouldn't dissipate, even condensing into liquid on the walls and forming entire lakes of spiritual essence. The 3 purities reached sainthood. How to sacrificed herself to become the reincarnation saint, and the Western Jew founded their sect to join the Saint Club. As system missions kept popping off, I stayed home as shut-in, but my power level still skyrocketed all the way to peak Quasi-Saint. Then one day, I sensed a familiar aura approaching the abyss. I scanned it with another divine sense and let out a smirk. And my tiger is finally back. This kid stayed out so long, he probably used work as an excuse to go on a world tour of the Great Desolation. The Lich Calamity is over and 2 of the 3 purities are already saints. Yet, he's just now strolling back. I was ready to punish him, but then I saw a massive black tortoise following right behind him. The 2 sacred beasts were riding on auspicious clouds, heading straight for the abyss. White Tiger prostrated himself and shouted respectfully, "White Tiger has returned to greet the master." The black tortoise looked at the mysterious abyss, its eyes full of suspicion. If White Tiger hadn't pulled out that Chao stone tablet, there's no way it would come to this middle of nowhere wasteland. While it was still hesitating, a massive force suddenly sucked both him and White Tiger deep into the abyss. Staring at the black tortoise, I gave a satisfied grin. That's 2 out of the 5 sacred beasts secured. After the world spun for a moment, the black tortoise found itself pulled into the heart of the abyss. Bro was shook. The spiritual energy here was straight up unimaginable. In all its years, it had visited deep sea springs, the eye of the sea, and even those top-tier immortal islands, but nothing compared to this. But compared to this abyss, those other spots are straight up mid and aren't even worth shout out. I'm just chilling cross-legged on the 5 elements mat under the pine tree, and with every breath, I'm leaking a menacing aura. Xuanwu is absolutely losing it right now. This Qilin ancestor is definitely at the pseudo-saint realm. In the entire Great Desolation, you can count the number of pseudo-saints on your fingers. As long as the saints stay in hiding, a pseudo-saint is the absolute peak of the food chain. Anyone who reaches this level is a total old monster with an insane foundation who survived for literal aeons. Even though the Xuanwu clan are saint beasts, their potential is capped. Reaching the pseudo-saint realm is basically mission impossible for them. Just a few days ago, Nua literally chopped off its 4 limbs to prop up their eye. After getting hit with a massive amount of heavenly merit, its foundation finally got a slight buff. But even then, hitting the pseudo-saint rank would usually take literal eternity. If Behu hadn't pulled out that Chao stone tablet and shown it shortcut to fast-track its growth, there's no way it would ever set foot in this middle-of-nowhere wasteland. Plus, since its power is on par with Behu and it failed to snatch the tablet after several tries, it had no choice but to tag along. I slowly opened my eyes as the sunlight hits Xuanwu, Nli's voice sounding calm but dripping with pure Dao energy. Xuanwu, back when Nua was patching up that area, I already had my eye on you. You've got some luck on your side, but in the Great Desolation, people with main character luck are dime a dozen. But the ones who actually become top-tier powerhouses, you can count them on one hand. Most of them just end up as fodder buried in the sands of time. I see you're a saint beast with some potential, and I'd hate to see you just aimlessly wandering around the Great Desolation. So, you down to stay in the abyss and be the guardian beast protecting the gate? As I'm speaking, the 5 elements divine light erupts behind me and several types of origin divine flames start dancing around me. Inside the abyss, the Dao itself starts vibrating. Basically, whatever I say becomes law. Behu quickly chimes in to help. Xuanwu, the boss has spoken. Leluai. Are you still lagging? Hurry up and kowtow to the boss. Look, 2 more saints just spawned in the Great Desolation. Those saints have god-tier hacks. Back then, they chop your legs off and didn't even bother to say sorry. If you didn't have that heavenly merit armor, you'd be total trash illy now. In this abyss, the boss has your back. No one will dare mess with you here. Every single word years ago, Xuanwu had his limbs severed and was drowning in resentment, but he was completely powerless to do anything about it in the Great Desolation. Saints are the absolute peak, the ultimate sovereigns. Our boy had zero chance of fighting back, so he spent years playing the world's longest game of hide and seek. He ducked during the Lich War and went into hiding the moment the saints appeared. Bro was just terrified that without the powerful backer, he'd get crushed like fodder. Xuanwu instantly hits the deck, bowing low. Ancestor, if I was still second-guessing myself, I wouldn't even be standing here. The Qilin clan is an ancient powerhouse. The fact they're still kicking proves they've got that massive heaven and earth providence. Compared to that, my own meager luck is basically pocket change. I'm ready to serve as the abyss gatekeeper. I only ask that you let me meditate on that Chao stone tablet. Granted. I give casual wave of early hand, radiating pure big boss energy. Picked up that Chao stone tablet ages ago. You lay pure chance, so guess your Xuanwu lineage is fated to have it as long as you stay here in the abyss. The tablet is yours to use to grind your way toward the great Dao. Honestly, I was only going to let him cook for about 3,000 years, but since he's being so respectful and the tablet is pretty much useless to me anyway, I might as well do him a solid and earn some loyalty. Xuanwu is absolutely losing it with joy, slamming his head against the floor in gratitude. Infinite thanks for your grace, ancestor. From now on, consider me the permanent guardian of this abyss. With a flick of early divine sense, I carve out a private pocket dimension in corner of the abyss. I'm talking majestic waterfalls and surging spirit springs, the whole 9 yards. I even set the Xuanyuan water control flag to hover right above the place. Surrounded Eli top-tier water attribute spiritual roots and exotic plants, it's basically the ultimate by training spot for Xuanwu. Once Xuanwu heads out, I turn Larai. Gaze toward Behu, who's just standing there like a statue. I say calmly, you did good bringing Xuanwu back this time. Since you've put in the work, I've got divine ability that's practically made for you. Close your eyes and focus. I am gifting you the Chao's heavenly demon fist. Beam of golden light shoots straight into Behu's forehead, etching the entire legacy directly into his brain. Feeling the sheer raw power of the technique, Behu is hyped out of his mind and drops to his knees. Thank you for the reward, Na Lord. But while I was busy recruiting Xuanwu, the Great Desolation was about to get messy once again. Tongshan watched his 2 older brothers ascend to sainthood one after another, and suddenly he had his own eureka moment. Laozi started the human sect, only vibing with a few faded humans. Yuanshi founded the Chen sect, only recruiting those born with elite tire luck. But our man Tongshan, he Wanted to walk completely different path, the education for all without discrimination. Whether they're furry, scaled, born from eggs, or moisture, as long as they aren't straight-up demonic villains, they're all welcome to join. His squad. JJO is officially established and the Saint's aura is flexing across the entire Great Desolate. Lord Tongshan has finally ascended to sainthood. And with the three purities boasting three saints in one sect, their clout is officially unmatched. Aside from the goat Hongjun himself, nobody in the Great Desolate dares to mess with them. Now that Tongshan has founded JJO and reached the Saint Realm, the system asks, does the host want to leave the abyss to offer some years? Option 1, congratulate Tongshan and receive piece of lightning struck wood. Option 2, decline the quest and claim a strand of innate 5 elements origin. Speak option 2 without even blinking. This innate 5 elements origin is an ARA rank the dawn of creation, rare as hell. The second I start refining this strand of origin, the energy inside my body starts surging like flood. Enrai. Cultivation base literally jumps from Quasi-Saint rank 3 straight to rank 4. Right as I level up, I feel a strange energy radiating from the depths of the abyss. Scanning with a divine sense, I see newborn Qilin cub just blinking and looking around all confused. This little guy is pitch black and looks totally unique, tiger head, lion tail, and Qilin legs. He looks like a tiger but isn't. Looks like a lion but isn't, and looks like a Qilin but isn't quite there either. He's clearly a mutant variant of the Qilin clan, but if you feel his vibe, his bloodline is actually pure as gold. Ding, the Qilin clan has birthed a mutant variant, Daiting. This divine beast can literally read the minds of every living being. And once he scales up, he can eavesdrop on anything within 8,000 miles. At max level, he can hear across 3,000 miles. He can even hear the secrets of the past and the future. System prompt, does the host want to take him as a disciple and carry him to greatness? Option 1, take Daiting as your disciple. Reward, yes, 5 elements divine art. Option 2, decline the quest. Reward, Haoshan Great Sword Blade. I'm low-key losing my mind with excitement. Daiting is the legendary saint beast that guards the underworld alongside Xitigarbha, and he actually spawned in Noi Qilin clan. I instantly teleport right next to the little cub. I look at the mother Qilin and say, this kid is destined for greatness. From now on, I'm personally training him. I'm taking him as Enwa disciple and dubbing him Daiting. The Qilin mama is shook and hyped at the same time, immediately bowing down to show some respect. Getting noticed Yila the ancestor like this little squirt is basically a lottery winner with that level of talent. Speak up Daiting and summon Enwa top disciple, the Fire Qilin, to come through. The guy's been grinding for years and is now at the peak of Golden Immortal, just one step away from reaching Great Lu status. Daiting is the new little disciple just picked up. Once he's settled, it's on you to replace me in passing down the techniques and training him up. I lock eyes with the Fire Qilin and keep cooking. For years, I've only taught you the Chao's divine fire field, but today I'm dropping the divine demon body refining art and our Qilin clans ultimate secret technique, the myriad beast's heaven suppressing roar. 2 beams of golden light shoot straight into his forehead. The entire cultivation path and secret arts instantly download into his brain. I hand him the off-ground flame flag and say, this flag will help you master the fire laws. Your cultivation speed is about to go to Ra speed. Finally, I split up the rest of the sun-moon mysterious yellow liquid. Fire can use it to break through to Great Lu, while Daiting uses it to build a cracked foundation. Meanwhile, back in the Great Desolate, the survivors of the Wu and Yao clans watch the Sand King reach sainthood with nothing but salt in their hearts. They fought a death match for the world's luck, only to realize they were just fodder making everyone else look good. Out of the 12 ancestral was, only Hotu is left standing. She stands at the peak of the Wu tribe's mountain, looking at her ruined home with tears in her eyes. The Wu clan was once top tier, but now they're down to is a 0%. Where do they even go from here? She looks across the Great Desolate. After all those wars, most of the world has turned into a dead zone. Even with the aura of 3 saints trying to heal things, the world is recovering at a snail's pace. The real problem? Countless lost souls are drifting everywhere with nowhere to go, completely breaking the world's yin-yang balance. The spooky yin energy is getting heavier by the day. Old Man Ming is even taking advantage of this to snatch up souls and beef up his Ashura tribe. Even though creating the Ashura tribe got him slapped with a heavenly tribulation, these guys have some seriously cracked combat power and insane talent. If he puts in the work to raise them, they'll definitely become his ultimate carrying force. Seeing the souls of her own kin being farmed Ming, Hotu's anxiety hits an all-time high. And right in this moment, she gets a massive wait. Is there really no way to respond? Are these lost souls just doomed to wander aimlessly forever? This is a massive bug in the heavenly Tao, straight up loophole in the laws of the Great Desolation. Our girl Hotu finally found her fated path to sainthood. The Labintatlo ancestral witches are all peak Quasi-Saints, but their heart stuck on Pengu's path of pure physical strength. This path is basically a suicide mission. No one has ever actually cleared it, but now, Hotu has just unlocked a completely different way to reach the top. She looks at the heavenly Tao and drops the ultimate oath. I am Hotu. The war between witches and demons has left the world in absolute shambles. Vengeful spirits are literally everywhere right now. Today, I'm sacrificing my own body to become reincarnation itself. Establishing the 6 paths. All living beings will be sorted into the heavenly path, the human path, the Ashura path, the animal path, the hungry ghost path, and the hell path. The 6 paths of reincarnation will finally let these lost souls respond, giving them a fresh start in their next life. As soon as she speaks, Hotu's body starts transforming, slowly becoming the 6 paths of reincarnation. This is a massive update that finally fixes the heavenly Tao's biggest flaw. Every single saint in the Great Desolation is losing their minds right now. The heavenly Tao drops an insane amount of merit on her. In one move, Hotu becomes the next big player after Noah, cementing herself as the second merit saint in existence. The catch? She gave up her physical body to become the system, meaning she can never manifest her true form in the real world again. She's stuck using a projection inside the reincarnation cycle, and she can literally never leave. Talk about a golden cage. Down in the abyss, I can feel Hotu's saint aura surging. I knew it, everything is going exactly as planned. And right on cue, I'm just waiting for the system to pop up. Ding! Ancestral witch Hotu has sacrificed herself to become a merit saint. Does the host want to leave the abyss to help build the reincarnation system? Option 1, go to reincarnation and establish the underworld. Reward, Haoshan spirit. Treasure, the judge's pen. Option 2, decline the mission. Reward, the 18 levels of hell, a prenatal spiritual treasure that runs 20 and has the potential to evolve into Chaos treasure. I looked at the quest rewards and straight up froze. An upgradable 18 levels of hell. Say less. I smashed option 2 without even thinking. This is literally God-tier opportunity delivered right to my doorstep. Nilwe brain started cooking up a plan immediately. Based on the Great Desolation's timeline, those 2 snakes from the west are definitely going to Virlai to find Hotu. They'll use the classic "we're just here to help manage reincarnation" excuse, just to plant their pawns in the underworld and hijack the power of rebirth. Yila then, poor Hotu would be forced to just go along with it, but in this life, I'm calling the shots now. The script is changed. With Dieting and the 18 levels of hell in Ilai Abyss, I've got more than enough leverage to keep the underworld. Once the time is right, I'll send Dieting to hold down the fort in the underworld, taking charge of the 18 levels of hell to farm massive amounts of merit while simultaneously vacuuming up all the luck for the Qilin clan. Talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I ordered the Fire Qilin to farm some spirit fruit so Dieting can start his foundation establishment. Then, I whip out the sky viewing mirror to keep stalking the Great Desolation. The mirror panned from the endless eastern seas all the way to the dusty westlands of the west. I had eyes on everything, full map hacks enabled. When the view shifted to the central lands, the old stomping grounds of the Qilin clan, I couldn't help but feel a bit nostalgic. This place has been a barren wasteland for a long time. Aside from Enoy's squad in the abyss, the Qilin clan out there is basically extinct. Maybe there are some survivors scattered around, but the Great Desolation is too massive to go hunting for them. Just as was about to check deep underground, a faint aura caught my eye. I pushed the mirror to its limit for a better look, and it turned out to be Tengsh beast low-key cultivating in secret. The Tengsh is the earth element beast of the 5 sacred beasts, a tank specialist that can buff its own stats to the moon. Back in the day, the Tengsh hung around the central lands, but the Qilin clan was so dominant that nobody even glanced at them. I've been wanting to collect all 5 sacred beasts to pair with LA5 elemental flags for god tier formation. Finally, I found another piece of the puzzle. This Tengsh is literally dripping with desolation luck. Ding! Does the host want to recruit it into the abyss? Option 1, recruit the Tengsh and get 5 element divine fruits. Option 2, reject the quest and get a mid-tier cloud warblade. I smashed option 1 instantly. Those 5 element fruits contain the laws of the Tao, perfect for a next breakthrough. I summoned the white tiger over. This little guy did a solid job recruiting Xuanwu last time, so he's actually pretty reliable now. Beneath the Qilin ancestral lands in the central plains, there's a divine beast called the Soaring Serpent. Go fetch him and bring him back to the squad. Just like last time, finish the job and I'll make sure the rewards are fat. The moment our boy Beihu heard rewards, his eyes lit up like Christmas tree. Last time he secured Xuanwu, he was gifted the Chao's Heaven Demon Fist, skyrocketing his combat power. If he carries this mission, too, who knows what kind of cracked treasure he'll be granted next. He started nodding like a madman to accept the quest, terrified I'd change in my mind. Remember, make it quick, warned him. The Great Desolation is getting chaotic with way too many variables lately, so don't go looking for smoke with the real powerhouses, or even won't be able to save your hide. Beihu took his orders and dipped while I pulled out the 5 elements divine fruit to start refining it immediately. Just as expected, the 5 elements laws flooded Nali body, pushing Loy cultivation level another step forward, straight into the 5th stage of the Quasi-Saint realm. Nilwe mastery over the 5 elements Great Tao was becoming deeper and more insane Ila II. Once I hit the peak of the Quasi-Saint realm, it'll be time to prepare for an Tao ascension. I have the 3 courses severing technique, but that was passed down Eli Hongjun. I've always felt like there's some hidden trap buried inside that manual. Hongjun is a total mastermind. Rarely would he hand out technique that actually let someone surpass him. Unless I'm absolutely desperate, I'm not touching that skill with a is a zero at pole. If I can master the 5 elements Great Tao and use its laws to ascend, that's the real Sigma play. Right as I broke through that minor sub-realm, 3 pillars of treasure light suddenly shot up from deep within the Isangdaan Libo Great Mountains. The Isangdaan Libo Great Mountains is basically the boondocks of the Great Desolation, and it hasn't spawned any decent loot for ages, mostly just being home to some low-level mountain spirits and wild monsters grinding in the hills. I swept the area with another divine sense, and instantly identified the Gear 2 Haoshan Supreme Treasures and 1 Xianshan Spirit Treasure. The Haoshan items were the Thunder Tribulation Bead and the Spirit Soul Holy Armor, while the Xianshan prize was in 9 Heaven's Auspicious Cloud Halberd. Honestly, the Haoshan treasures are mid to me, but Xianshan Spirit Treasures are absolute tire drops that you can't just find whenever you want. It's the perfect gift for Anwa disciples to buff the overall power of the abyss. But just as it was about to claim the loot, the local monsters in the mountains, these mob spirits aren't even that strong. Most of them are just hard stuck at the mysterious immortal realm. But tucked away in the crowd was this short, stubby Taoist dude. Looks basic as hell, but don't let that fool you. His cultivation is actually at the golden immortal stage. He's got Dharma treasure strapped to his hip, and any mob brave enough to be Rai and snatch his loot gets instantly rope up Eli his binding cable, unable to even move a muscle. Ding. System alert. Primordial fate detected. It's Tulu Sun. Host, do you want to drag him into the abyss or what? Option 1, recruit to Luzon and get the chows. Heaven-shattering palm. Option 2, reject the mission. Reward for rejecting, the Haoshan spirit treasure, the spirit stone great axe. I literally had to laugh. So it's actually to Luzon, one of the future 12 golden immortals of the Chen sect and the master of Tuxing's son. This guy is actually a ride-or-die talent. During the investiture of God's disaster, after his disciple gets clipped, he leaves the sect out of pure spite and eventually joins the Western sages. Choosing option 1. With a single thought, a massive hand manifests out of thin air above the Isangdan Libo mountains. It swipes 3 treasures and snatches Tulu Sun straight into the abyss. Tulu Sun gets sucked into the abyss, absolutely breaking it even though he's a golden immortal earth magic specialist, someone who could normally stall Dalua golden immortal for a bit, he couldn't even put up, fight just now. He knows whoever snatched him has to be at least a Quasi-Saint powerhouse. While his brain is spinning trying to process the situation, I finally show up. With just one look, I see right through his true form. He's the essence of Earth, born from soaking up the energy of the sun and moon. No wonder his Earth-style mastery is straight up cracked. I am the ancestor of the Qilin clan. I see you got that protagonist luck. And since fate brought us